Errol Spence disrespect is unreal.
Man, Spence gonna beat the brakes off that boy.
Hi, welcome to our channel. I'm Jay.
And I'm D.
And this is Our 2 Cents, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In this video, we will be discussing the Errol Spence Jr. disrespect that has been going on about this fight between him and Terrence Crawford. This will be one of the biggest welterweight fights in the last, some people say 35, maybe even 40 years. And when you listen to the chatter about the fight, even though this is the fight that everybody wants to see, and you hear a lot of people say it's a 50-50 fight, majority of people are saying that Terrence Crawford, not even just majority of people, majority of Hall of Famers, majority of boxers, everybody all saying that Terrence Crawford will beat Errol Spence Jr. What do you think about that?
Man, so I don't know how we should go through this, but
right, where do you even start?
It's like where you start with the opinion, but first off, like I said, Spence gonna beat the brakes off Crawford, okay?
And that will be another video.
That we gonna talk about that but let's talk about the disrespect first. So, no, I think you should lead with this one, baby, because the last time we had everybody saying that somebody was gonna lose, it was the first Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight. It was ridiculous. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, he got to make it 12 rounds against Wilder, right?
Right.
Same thing in the second fight. Like, y'all, he got to make it 12 rounds, right? So, the floppy gate, all of that, you know, known cheater, all that bull crap. Like, we all know this now. But before the fight, it was pretty much the same thing as it is now. Everybody was like, Wilder ain't got a chance, and this, that, and the third, and blasey, blickety, bling. And it's like, what are y'all talking about?
What am I missing?
And then not only this is part two to why it looks so familiar. Not only were they saying that he didn't have a chance, but no one was breaking down or giving an explanation on why they believe that Fury couldn't get caught. It was just ridiculous. Like, no one was talking about why they believe Tyson Fury was just gonna beat him down. Same thing now. Nobody's talking about why or what specific thing that Terrence Crawford has that he's just gonna beat.
Well, you know what I keep hearing a constant thing is.
What are they saying? Tell me, because
a constant thing I keep hearing is Crawford can do more things in the ring. Crawford can do more things in the ring. But what I haven't heard was, have anybody ever thought that maybe the few things allegedly that Errol Spence do, he does them great and he doesn't need to do other things in the ring? He doesn't need to have a bag of tricks to pull out in the ring. He doesn't need that to defeat you. And everybody's like, Errol Spence does the same thing. Errol Spence does the same thing. Yet, if Errol Spence does the same thing to win every fight, that's a sign of greatness. And I think people are overlooking that. If I can do the same thing, and you know what I'm about to do, and there's nothing that you can do about it, I'm great. So it doesn't matter if I'm doing the same thing, because obviously, everybody I fought, he has 3 belts. Crawford has 1 belt. We're overlooking the fact that Errol Spence Jr. has been fighting champions and getting belts. I don't know what Crawford's agenda been. He been fighting people in smaller weight classes coming up, getting rocked, Gamboa. He been fighting injured fighters, people that been shot and that he had trouble with. Jose Benavidez went all the way 12 rounds. Even the Lamont Peterson fight, he got rocked. And that's actually the first fight I ever seen Terrence Crawford. Was that Lamont Peterson fight, and he was getting beat up. And I was like, man, let me watch this. You know, they both look like some decent fighters. And to me, Crawford, I still feel like this about Crawford. It's always I don't feel like this about Errol Spence Jr. And even with the Ugas fight, okay, this is the thing. Every fight Errol Spence has, everybody act like they don't know if he's gonna win. The Mikey Garcia fight, the same people, Roy Jones Jr., all of these people talking about Sugar Ray Leonard, all these people talking about how Mikey Garcia is gonna outbox Errol Spence Jr. To me, it made absolutely no sense. I mean, what did they see that made them think that Mikey Garcia could be Errol Spence?
I think that this sometimes you can give them some bias. So I think they kind of they were on the hype train of Mikey Garcia when he came through. Like, he beat up what's my boy? Broner.
Easter.
He beat up Easter. He came through. So basically, he just, he was coming through, swinging through on everybody that was supposed to be hot.
Right.
And
they thought that Errol Spence does the same thing.
Yeah, they figured that Errol was in the group with Easter and Broner. But Errol really ain't in the group with Easter or Broner. And don't get it twisted. Broner's in the group by himself. He's a four-time division, you know what I'm saying? 4 division title holder. So don't play with it. I'm saying even with that, Errol is in a class outside of that, because it's very few people. No, matter of fact, I'm sorry. There is no one that anyone talks about Mayweather having any type of issue or getting with Mayweather or anything like that. There's no conversation about that with anybody else but Errol. So in the sense of, can he box? Let's stop playing, y'all. Let's stop that. That right there alone says the boy can box. Let's play him. Let's stop that. So when he fought,
I mean, he's a silver medalist. He obviously can box. So that question's out the window.
So Mikey Garcia, he completely outboxed Mikey Garcia. It was disrespectful for him to move up and fight Mikey Garcia, or Mikey Garcia try to fight him, and it looked like that.
Yeah. When
Gamboa moved up and fought Terrence Crawford, it didn't look.
It was a good fight. Actually.
It was a good fight. It was a nice fight.
Rocked.
He got rocked in that fight by somebody that moved up. We ain't said it about Spence. No. And that was before Spence was real tight on his workout and his.
And now, I recently found out he wasn't even in shape for the Mikey Garcia fight.
He talked about how he had to get in a fast suit for the Mikey Garcia fight. How he was really taking it easy. He wasn't really worried about Mikey Garcia like that, and he threw all them punches. So now we looking at somebody that when he didn't even put in the work, sure he really did, but he didn't put in as much work as he know he could. He still look good. He on somebody moving up. The difference in the balances is crazy. And let's talk about this whole Porter thing, since everybody want to talk about it, right?
Yeah, let's talk about the Porter thing.
Himself said, "Hey man, I really wasn't into the fight. Me and my dad was getting into it during training camp because I wasn't putting forth all of my effort." Wait a minute. You was about to retire? That's what he said. He was about to retire until he got this little call. Okay, y'all look at the tapes on YouTube. He talked about this for real. So this
Shout out to the Welterweight podcast.
Welterweight podcast. Check him out. So he already said in himself that he wasn't. He can say, "Oh yeah, I really put forth. I did what I really needed to do." No, but he physically, in reality, mentally, he was like, "Yeah, I'm doing what I know I can do to win." But him and his dad even said, nah, he wasn't doing the same type of things he was doing regularly.
For the Spence fight, for sure.
For the Spence fight, for sure.
And let's stop with the, Terrence Crawford stopped Sean Porter. No. Let's be honest. The only person to stop Sean Porter was his daddy.
Yeah. And then let's talk about that too. Hold on, here we go. So no one really wants to talk about this, but in the Sean Porter fight, right, with Crawford, when he got knocked down twice, after he got knocked down twice, right, he got up and he said, the ref said, "You all right?" He said, "Yeah, let's go." Pound his fist. He wasn't rocked. He wasn't nothing, right? His dad threw the towel in, right? The cards say it was tied.
After 2 knockdowns.
So let's say let's think this over. You knocked him down twice. Meaning Sean Porter was outboxing the brakes off you. See, I ain't said it in the beginning because he was. We all know that. He was outboxing him. Okay? And let's say how he was outboxing him. So he went out there with the orthodox, Big Bean, do his little first game plan, see what he gonna do with Sean Porter. Really couldn't pick it apart. Right? Went in there, tried to dog out with him a little bit, swung, da-da-da-da-da. See, he couldn't do that shit. Back the fuck up out of there. Went back to his orthodox. Trying to find out where he can pick apart, right? Sean Porter, training camp, start getting in the way. He switch it up. He get the little bit, you know. He still ain't dominating the fight. Even when he knocked him out, he wasn't dominating the fight. He had knocked him down twice to tie it up. So, if they would have continued like Sean Porter wanted to do,
he still won that fight.
Crawford would have had to knock him out, win the rest of them rounds. Now, I'm not saying he couldn't have, but at the point of him being stopped, so-called stopped, no, man, you tied the fight up. His dad threw the towel in. Now, if the dude was asleep on the canvas and he threw the towel in, or he got up after he was asleep, okay. But that ain't what happened. The dude got up, pounded his fist, wasn't wobbly, knees was straight, said, let's go, ready to go. And he was outboxing him. He could have outboxed him for another 2 rounds. You never know. That's all I'm saying. So,
yeah.
This whole
and I don't understand how Spence seems to be the underdog in every fight. I don't know what else he needs to do. He's unified. He's unified the belts. He's beat everybody for his belt. Every belt he has, he's beat somebody for.
He fought
and Roy Jones want to come on here and run down Errol Spence's resume, but he don't want to run down Terrence Crawford's resume.
Let's run down Terrence Crawford. What's going on with that? Huh?
How many world champions have not ex-world champions? How many world champions has he fought?
At 147 too. I ain't talking about
the one he got his belt from, Jeff Horn.
Come on now, y'all. Let's stop that.
I just don't think. I don't know what it is that everybody else sees. Maybe I don't see it because I know it's a lot of people in the boxing world that continuously say Crawford, 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 but they never give Spence any credit, which to me makes them not credible. Because I don't know, are y'all watching Spence fight or what are y'all seeing or what are y'all looking at? This man's work rate is great in the ring. His IQ is great in the ring. He's putting pressure on fighters in the ring. He got a good chin. He cutting off the ring. He got the stamina. He's in shape. Like I don't hear anybody acknowledging the positive attributes of Errol Spence Jr. And I don't understand why. He's stand-up guy as far as we know to the public. His boxing image. He's a stand-up guy, honest guy, say what he got to say, talk a little trash, he's entertaining, he's fun to watch. He's a lot of great things. Terrence Crawford, don't want to do interviews, constantly flip-flopping with what he's saying, he ain't credible. 1 minute he don't need Spence, 1 minute...
Emotional than a big.
He up and down, like I don't really understand it.
That's why he ain't selling.
Listen, this is just our 2 cents though. We want you to comment below. Drop your 2 cents. Let us know what you think because it's just getting out of hand. And I waited a little while, a couple days to make this video because I wanted to listen and hear what a bunch of people are saying. And it's the sentiment of Crawford winning seems to be getting bigger.
It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It is crazy.
And he still hasn't signed the contract. And another thing I had an issue with, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Why is Crawford at the Hall of Fame making speeches?
For real, bro.
Why is Crawford at the Hall of Fame making speeches?
Listen, the welterweight king is fucking Spence, bro.
I cannot wait.
Y'all stop.
That is so disrespectful.
For real. Cause you know what? When Spence came through. When Spence came through and they ain't want Thurman, them ain't want to fight him, but give him the belts and stuff. You know what he did? He went all the way over there and fought that dude and got that belt. And then he told y'all, I'm going to get all 3 of them. And then I'm going to go get that one from Crawford. So as soon as he got all 3, he went in the ring. He sent the contract. Y'all know what time it is.
They had a whole conversation about it.
He already said what it is. We all know the contract's out there. Why isn't it signed? Come on, what? Yeah.
I don't know if Terrence Crawford had any contract issues with any of his other fights.
Yeah, I don't remember him ever no hesitations before. What is the problem? Yeah.
I don't know.
Cause he know what it is. He don't want to get his face broke like your boy Ugas.
Ugas. And then even the
Ugas
Ugas
got
fight.
it.
Let's talk about the Ugas fight. Everybody like, oh, it's 50-50. Once again, I felt the same way. Why do people think this is a 50-50 fight? Where do y'all see 50-50 at? I even started doubting myself. I was like, damn, maybe I just ain't watched enough Ugas, or it's something I don't know. Cause I mean, I'm a smidget past casual fan. I've graduated a little bit past casual fan.
We're doing a whole video about boxing.
Because I've been watching boxing, learning boxing, you know, the technicals, the basics, all of this stuff. So, you know, I see things differently now than I did before as a casual fan. So I can understand how some casuals may be like, oh, Terrence Crawford gonna win because you just see him and you hear and you see all of this, but none of that matters. Just like Derrick James said, none of that stuff matters when you're fighting an elite fighter. Nope. The switching, that's the first thing I hear everybody say, oh, Crawford with the switching.
Man, listen, the way he fight, if he switches, it's not a benefit for him against Spence.
That's true. Styles
make fights. And if you know anything about footing and orthodox and southpaw, him switching is not a benefit. Him staying orthodox is not a benefit. The way he fight in those two different styles of fighting, they won't be a benefit for him. He switched and he gonna come close and try that dog shit. And listen, he couldn't fight a whole round against Sean Porter with that I'ma be in there dog and I'm a dog. Yeah, I keep talking about he a dog. Okay, he couldn't fight a whole minute against Sean Porter in the inside. Okay, he can fight good in the inside. He couldn't do it a whole minute against Sean Porter. He switched up, went in there, tried to fight it inside, and backed the fuck up out of there. Okay, y'all.
I guarantee you, the last thing you want to do is be inside.
So y'all want to compare fights and wins? Okay, well check this out. Spence fought Porter not using the game plan. He did not use the game plan. When he fought,
easily
when he fought Porter, asked Derrick James. Derrick James' game plan was to have him spinning him and turning him and boxing him. He did not want, and you can look at the tapes. Spence said, I don't know why he got me doing all this spinning and turning. I'm finna go fight because I'm finna beat him in his own game, because that's who Spence is. So if the boy want to come in there and try to dog fight, which Spence did with Porter the entire fight, because he's capable. Okay, so Crawford's not capable of fighting him in the inside. That's not gonna happen.
And he did not.
And he did not fight Porter.
He tried.
And he got the hell up out of it.
He sure did.
He got the hell up out of it. Listen, Crawford went through 3 phases of fighting when he fought Sean Porter. Look at it. Spence fought one way. He didn't change it, and he won. He beat him at his own game. If Crawford go in there fighting Spence in the inside, he's gonna break him because he's not as thick as Sean Porter is.
Oh yeah, I don't think Crawford has a chin. His chin is very sus.
It is, because you got clipped by somebody moving up, Gamboa, when you fought him, and I don't care how long ago that was. And then at the same time,
and Crawford's older now.
And he's older, and at the same rate, it's two things. The same rate. I don't think you have enough athleticism or footwork and speed to get away from Spence for a whole 12 rounds.
And that's what my prediction is.
I don't think you.
Terrence Crawford will be on his bike.
You on your bike, because you can't be in there.
Be on his bike.
You're not gonna be able to stand in there and fight with him.
I don't know what
you're not gonna be able to stand in there and fight with him, because we already see that you can do it with Porter. So you ain't gonna be able to do it with Spence. So you're gonna have to be on your bike. And if you're on your bike, you're gonna get hit, and you're gonna get hit a lot more. You're not gonna make it through that kind of fight, and you're not gonna be able to counter punch him, because he punches too many times for you to be trying to throw any counter punches. As you see, you guys, you're gonna be sitting there waiting and getting punched a lot. So I just broke down, I don't see how Crawford overcomes any of that. And then the biggest thing, which we just seen with the other fight with Rolly and his coach, is the lack of respect for the fighter. Terrence Crawford don't respect Spence, and neither does his trainer. They both saying the same thing that these other guys say, oh, you do the same thing, you do the same thing. Okay, so
That's
when
the same thing Ugas trainer was
break
saying.
your shoulder in your face, then you won't be saying it no more. You can be like looking at Bomac like, why you let me go in there like that? Okay,
And this is the thing
this
too.
is what it is, y'all.
How can y'all say he only fight one way when he boxed Mikey Garcia
Box.
and he fought on the inside with Sean Porter?
Inside.
Boom, that's two different ways right there off the rap. And how can
And
you
he
say?
pressured you guys. That's
That's what I'm about to say. And how you say he don't got no power when he broke Ugas' orbital bone, his collarbone, and his ribs?
Sound like a lot of power to me.
It's a lot. I feel like it's just a lot of delusion behind Spence. Like I don't know. He really needs to become undisputed
For y'all
to get his
this.
accolades. Like that's not even fair. Like that's so biased.
Yep.
Because if it was a Canelo or Virgil Ortiz or anybody else, y'all would be woo 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 woo. They the best ever. This man has beat death. So I don't know why any of y'all think y'all finna beat him at 147.
Y'all ain't got a chance.
Y'all ain't got a chance. This man beat death. I don't know why he came back 18 months later and beat a top welterweight at 70%. Spence looked horrible in that fight. Let's be honest. It was kind of like, oof, right? And then he came back in the Ugas fight and looked like a superhero. Errol Spence looked like a superhero. Like I was in shock when I seen how he looked.
Yeah, if Terrence Crawford hasn't been on that same type of regimen that Spence is on, he better get on it ASAP, because he's gonna need the energy, he's gonna need the strength, he's gonna need the stamina.
And I don't want to hear after this fight, and just like y'all saying about Mikey Garcia, well, what Roy Jones say? Well, he was too small, so we expected that. And but before you was Mikey Garcia get boxed, and so I like Roy Jones as a fighter, but the more I see him, and I don't know, Roy Jones, Tarver, and what's the other one?
Probably Molly.
No. The other guy that's saying that. Antonio Tarvis, another guy. Somebody mentioned that they are from PBC. I mean, not PBC, from Top Rank.
Man, listen.
So it seems like all the Top Rank people, boxing analysts, ex-fighter, Hall of Famer types, is hating against Spence. And I don't know why Mayweather hating against Spence. Some people saying it's because he gave him a black eye in sparring. But I know Mayweather can't be that petty.
Man,
but he might be. You never know.
Petty. He King Petty.
He King Petty.
But hey, check it out. Y'all, drop your 2 cents, your comments.
Drop your 2 cents below and let us know how you feel about the Errol Spence disrespect.
Disrespect.
Is it disrespectful? Are they right?
True.
I mean, it's not about you feeling like Crawford is gonna win, but just don't make it seem like this is a walk in the park, a walk through fight. I personally believe it's gonna be a one-sided fight. It's not gonna be the fight everybody expect, and Crawford fans will be very disappointed. But that's just my 2 cents.
Oh wait, and you know what? Just one more thing.
Go ahead.
Because I just what I
Drop your 2 cents, baby.
Drop my 2 cents.
Drop your 2 cents, baby.
So check it out. When I seen the you guys Spence fight, like after round 6. I feel bad for you guys, man. I was like, yo, he ain't gonna be able to do nothing.
When he hit that.
Yeah, when you could tell, like it don't matter what he do. His stamina is what's holding him into the fight. And Spence ain't trying to knock him out. He's trying to beat him up to make an impression on everybody else. And the impression was a broken eye socket, ribs, and collarbone. Okay, when he fights Terrence Crawford, I think I'm going to feel that same way about Terrence Crawford in about round 4 because he's light in the ass, okay? So, that's all I wanted to say. And when y'all feel bad for him too, y'all heard me say it right here. Like, listen, I don't think he's big enough to fight him. It's a great fight. I'm looking forward to it. I hope he make it out without being too damaged.
Well, let us know what you think by dropping your 2 cents in the comments below. Be sure to help support the channel by punching that like and subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at 2 Cents Boxing. I'm Jay.
And I'm D.
And stay tuned for our 2 cents in the next video.